do. So people always overtake before the last corner, as much as everyone always agrees to it. Everyone always does it. So it doesn't matter. He probably would have done the same if he was in my situation, but I wouldn't have swerved at him if I was in his situation. So yeah.
If you'd done that, would you expect a penalty?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. What about tomorrow then? Maybe mixed conditions. You're looking at everything is very close in terms of the field. Is it better for you if it's wet? It didn't seem that way on Friday.
No, you're right. I think yeah, it's tough. I'm not too convinced on either one. So maybe a middle ground and just opportunities to try different things. So if it's in between wet and dry is maybe the best situation for us. But that's a bit of a wish. So we'll just have to wait and see and maximize what we can do.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
So both Lando Norris and Max Verstappen will be heading to the stewards soon after they finish talking to the media. Let's go on board with Lando and have a look at that. So they're crawling around. They're not going particularly quickly, but Lando is going faster than Max at this point as they come out of 130R. Now, crucially, Max is on the racing line. He's on the right-hand side of the track there, which is the racing line. He has left space for Lando to go past on the left. So if I put myself into Lando's cockpit, he sees that gap. He says, okay, this guy's crawling along, so I'm going to go for this gap. And at this point there, you can see Max has started to turn left. And I think Jensen picked up on this in commentary. When he starts to turn left, he's also accelerated quite hard. And that's lit up the rear tires and sent him spin, sort of a bit of wheel spin. And I think it's meant that Max has turned more aggressively to the left-hand side than even he intended. I think it's caught him off guard. Lando then takes evasive action across the grass. I mean, it's quite clear. At the point at which he passes, if he had stayed on the track, that bit there, they would have made contact. So he had to take to the grass to avoid any contact with the Red Bull. So I can understand from Lando's perspective why he's not happy. Let's listen. There. I'll just go back and just listen in for the wheel spin here as Max starts to accelerate. Watch his hands and you'll see the wheel spin. There. And so I think he has made a bit of an error by just being a bit greedy with his right foot. So I imagine that will be his defense when he goes up to the steward's room, and we'll have to see what they come out with. What's interesting, and Chris, you mentioned this, on the final run, it was almost a repeat. Look, Max up ahead on the racing line. Lando this time checks himself. He gives a bit of a gap, and on this occasion, Max just stays over the right-hand side and allows Lando to go cleanly past. So no repeat there. It'll be fascinating to see if the stewards do take on Max's defense, that it was a bit of an error in terms of how much he moved over to the right, and or whether we'll see a penalty for the pole man at the end of tonight.